Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS, FANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what we're about to discuss is nothing short of a game changer for the Falcons and for the NFC South as a whole. We've got some hot-off-the-press news that's got the entire league talking. Rumors, negotiations, potential trades, and a strategic move that could elevate Atlanta's defensive line to new heights. And honestly, this could be one of the most significant defensive upgrades the Falcons have made in recent memory, a move that might just define their season and possibly even their future in the league. So what exactly is happening? Well, according to multiple sources, the Atlanta Falcons are deep in negotiations to acquire Max Crosby, the relentless pass rusher from the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, if you've been following the Raiders this season, you know they're struggling. They're sitting at 2-6 through their first 8 games, and one of their glaring weaknesses has been their pass rush. They've managed only 13 sacks in 7 games, a number that's frankly pretty disappointing for a team that once boasted a ferocious pass rush in past seasons. The Raiders are clearly in a rebuild mode right now, and one of their main assets, Max Crosby, could be a key piece in that puzzle. Sources indicate that the Raiders are willing to trade Crosby in exchange for a first-round pick in 2026. Yes, you heard that right, a first-round pick in 2026. This move signals that Las Vegas is looking to reset, to gather draft capital and rebuild their roster from the ground up. They're also freeing up around $20 million in cap space, which could be crucial for their future plans. It's a bold move, but one that makes sense for a team that's currently underperforming and needs to make significant changes. Now on the other side, we have the Falcons, who are looking to bolster their pass rush, something that's been a bit of a concern this season. Despite having a solid defense in some areas, they've struggled to generate consistent pressure on opposing quarterbacks. Through 7 games, Atlanta has registered only 14 sacks, which isn't terrible, but it's not enough for a team that wants to be a serious playoff contender. Their pass rush is somewhat anemic, and rumors are swirling that Arnold Ebiketie might be on the move, which highlights just how much they're eager to improve that front. What makes Crosby such an enticing target? Well, his stats speak volumes. He's not just a guy who sacks the quarterback on occasion, he's a relentless force. In his career so far, Crosby has accumulated over 80 sacks, an impressive total that puts him among the top pass rushers in the league in recent years. His 175 quarterback hits show his ability to disrupt plays consistently, and his PFF grade of 94. 5 underscores just how dominant he's been when healthy. For the 2025 season alone, Crosby has recorded 14 sacks, 28 pressures, and a 35% win rate in one-on-one battles. That's elite production. His EPA per sack stands at -0.57, which indicates that when he's on the field, the defense is significantly more effective. What's more, Crosby is known for his motor. His relentless effort on every snap reminds many fans and analysts of the great J.J. Watt, someone who could change the game with his hustle, motor, and motor alone. He has a 92% tackle efficiency, which shows how reliable he is in pursuit, and his 18 forced fumbles are just incredible, leading to turnovers and game-changing plays. His double-team rate of 42% demonstrates that offenses are aware of his threat, but still, he manages to produce at an elite level, comparing him to players like James Pierce Jr. Crosby's overall impact is superior with a PFF grade of 81. 9 for Pierce, further highlighting Crosby's dominance. Now, imagine what this would do for the Falcons' defense. With Crosby on the edge, the Falcons could project to reach 15 or more sacks in the upcoming games. A boost of over 24% in pressures would stretch offensive lines and open up opportunities for other pass rushers, potentially reducing their opponents' rushing yards from 112 yards per game to around 89 yards. That's a significant shift, and it would elevate Atlanta's entire defensive front. Tactically, Crosby's presence would be a nightmare for offenses. In the scheme of defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich, who's been implementing stunts and creative blitzes, Crosby's ability to force turnovers would skyrocket. His knack for forcing fumbles and creating chaos would naturally increase the turnover margin, pushing Atlanta towards a more aggressive, ball-hawking defense. This would be akin to what Myles Garrett has done for the Cleveland Browns, turning a good defense into an elite one by himself. His impact could also bolster third-down stops, improving from 56% to around 68%, which would be a huge advantage for the Falcons in close games. Offensively, the pressure Crosby could generate would give quarterback Desmond Ridder more breathing room. His play-action passes could be more effective, and the overall EPA per run could see a rise of approximately 17%, translating into more sustained drives and higher scoring potential. This kind of defensive upgrade isn't just about sacks and pressures, it's about transforming the entire team's confidence and performance. Now, let's talk about the implications in the NFC South and the wider playoff picture. The Falcons are sitting at $4 million under the cap, which limits some flexibility, but acquiring Crosby would be a clear signal of their intent to contend seriously this season. The odds for the Falcons to make a deep playoff run could shift dramatically, especially if Crosby's impact matches what many expect. Right now, the betting odds for the Falcons to reach the Super Bowl are around plus 15-0, but with a player of Crosby's caliber, those odds could improve significantly, potentially dropping to plus 500. Facing teams like the Bucs, Panthers, or Saints, the Falcons would have a formidable edge with Crosby terrorizing quarterbacks like Mayfield. And speaking of matchups, Crosby's duel against Mayfield could become one of the most exciting battles of the season. Crosby's relentless pressure and ability to cut through offensive lines could be the difference-maker in key division games, especially late in the season when every sack, turnover, and pressure counts. His presence on the field would also be a significant morale boost for the team, energizing the defense and inspiring the entire squad to elevate their game. Beyond just the on-field impact, acquiring Crosby sends a powerful message across the league. The Falcons are serious about competing now. This move could be the catalyst for a new era of dominance in the NFC South, where the team's defense becomes a nightmare for opponents week after week. It's reminiscent of the legacy left by John Abraham, one of the franchise's all-time great pass rushers, who set the standard for fierce, relentless edge rushers in Atlanta. Crosby has the potential to forge a similar legacy, creating a new chapter for the Falcons' defense, one built on grit, talent, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. Of course, this kind of move isn't without its risks. Trading a first-round pick in 2026 is a significant investment, and there's always the question of whether Crosby's style and health will hold up over the long haul. But based on his recent performance and durability, he's a player who can impact the game immediately and for years to come. If Atlanta manages to land him, it could redefine their approach to defense and set them on a path towards sustained success. So to wrap it all up, if this trade goes through, the Falcons will have made a statement. They'll be saying loud and clear that they're not just content with being contenders, they want to dominate. Crosby's addition would be a game changer, a true X-factor that could elevate the entire defense and, in turn, the team's chances of making a deep playoff run or even competing for the NFC South crown. The fans are buzzing, the league is watching, and the Falcons are on the brink of what could be one of their most exciting seasons in recent memory. Keep your eyes peeled because this move, if it happens, will be talked about for years, and it could finally bring that elusive Super Bowl trophy to Atlanta. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential trade? Do you believe Crosby can be the game changer Atlanta needs? Are you excited about the possibility of seeing him terrorize quarterbacks in that red and black? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. This is a team on the rise, and with a move like this, who knows? Maybe we're looking at a new era of Falcon football, one built on a fierce, relentless defense led by a player who's ready to leave his mark on the franchise for years to come. Thanks for watching, and as always, keep the passion alive.